Secret Studio. I'm super excited about today's guest. Today's guest has worked with amazing names out there, you know, and is a Pro Tools user, has a Carbon as well, and is one of the most humble people that I've met, considering what you do.
Sure.
But but I want to, I've done my little introduction. Mike, welcome to Secret Studio.
What's up, G?
And I want to hear an introduction to yourself and who you work with, the credits, and kind of a little bit of a brief introduction to kind of your journey with Pro Tools as well.
Okay. My name is Michael Sebastian Romero. I go by Super Saiyan Mike or SSJ Mike. I've worked with Khalid, Tory Lanez, Michael Bolton, T-Pain, AJ McLean, and a few other good artists, wonderful, talented people in the world. I've been using Pro Tools probably since 2005, mainly as just an engineering DAW, and then late in like 2020, I started producing with inside of it, and it's been a really good tool. I like that. I love it. Love this DAW, even though it has its.
You're good. So also, bro, like one thing that we spoke about before we just turned the cameras on is obviously like the question that I've got. Did you start in your bedroom?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
So I want to touch on that. Like, what was your first kind of Pro Tools or Mbox, or kind of what got you into Avid? Like, and where was you at in your stage, and why did you get into Avid?
So I first got it was like the Mbox 2.
Wow.
Yeah. Back on Pro Tools 8. Yeah. And I was, I had already been doing a little bit of production in my church. And so I understood mic signal compression and EQ a little bit. And then using the program, I was like, oh, this kind of like puts it all in one. And it was just, it was very, overwhelming at first. It's a lot of buttons, it's a lot of features and stuff like that. But over time, I started figuring out. Then eventually went to school, and then got a little bit extra, tailored learning towards what I was pursuing, and just took off from there.
Wow, Wow, that's amazing, man. It's so good to see like people's journeys like with Pro Tools. But it's the one common thing that I've picked up is Mbox 2.
Mbox 2.
Like,
it was a great interface. You got you can get a lot done off that thing.
Yeah. And now we have the Mbox Studio. And
another great piece of gear. Yeah. It's huge though.
I mean, there's a lot of features in there, like the I did say the Bluetooth stuff, right?
Bluetooth, yeah, the Bluetooth, all the expandability. Honestly, like if this was around back when I first started on Pro Tools, oh wow, imagine what could be done. Yeah. It's a great piece of gear.
It's scary, like, because technology has moved so much as well. Mm-hmm. And like now, if you look at this, I mean, we have a display actually where we have all the Mboxes out. Mm-hmm. You see, and like from the old to now, and you can see like the features have just been added in.
Right, the evolution over time.
Yeah. It's so good to see.
Thank you, technology.
So I know you said you worked with Khalid, you worked with Tory Lanez. How important is a relationship with your artist, like of kind of, obviously everyone records in different areas. Like sometimes you record in a house, sometimes you look at Airbnb, a hotel, studio. Mm-hmm. How important is it like to still have a very strong relationship, even though you're in all these different places? And as the engineer, it must be pretty hard because the artist expects you to do your thing, right? Mm-hmm. So you don't want to mess up. So
it's very important because like when the artist respects you as what's your job, and you expect the artist what they do, it just becomes a whole collaborative, fluid process. I believe, at least from my experience from working with the clients I've worked with, no matter where we're recording, as long as they know that their sound is going to get to where they want it to be or close to where they want it to be, and they trust you in getting it in there. They're gonna be comfortable. Yeah, they're gonna be comfortable and be able to actually to still express the way that they feel they need to express.
I love that, man, and I think the relationship that you and Tory have had is.
Oh yeah, that's my brother.
Phenomenal.
For sure.
Phenomenal, man. And I think it's just, you could tell, I feel like I as an outsider, because I'm kind of like in there seeing this, but also I'm an outsider as an audience. Mm-hmm. So I kind of get to see both worlds, and it's kind of nice to see. Like I can always tell when an engineer and an artist has a sick relationship, and they're really working hard. And do you find a lot of the artists that you work with do have like understanding of Pro Tools as well? Like, do they kind of
Yeah,
help
actually.
in that time?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
just the engineer, because back in the
No.
day it would be like, go in the booth, you'll do this. And now I just want to like touch on like, because the evolution of even recording and being the engineer now is like, sometimes you're doing production, sometimes you're adding a drum on there, and the artist is leaning over and doing his thing on Pro Tools.
Like at first, I maybe other engineers feel differently, but at first when like an artist starts like getting into your workspace, you're kind of like, wait, hold on a second. But then, you know, once you step back and actually, like, a lot of these artists really, like, they pick up things along the way because either they were in bad sessions before and they're like, okay, I don't want, if this happens again, I want to be able to, you know, catch it right then. And so, you know, it's dope seeing, you know, how they get incorporated with the workflow. And I appreciate an artist that gets, you know, involved within the creativity. It shows me how much they care.
I love that. Love that, man. All right, dude. So first of all, I want to say a massive thank you for bringing the session, because I know it's never easy to bring sessions, and I really appreciate it, man.
No worries.
First of all, maybe just before we start showing some stuff on there, dude, can we just maybe talk about like, you know, maybe the artist, maybe the relationship you've got with the artist, or the band, or whatever it is, and maybe how the process happened of you guys actually getting in the studio to do this.
Word. So the artist, the guy singing on here, his name is Kes Kross. He's a writer. Been in the game for a minute. He's an excellent writer, has an excellent voice. I met him at a session where I was meeting up with another homie, and we just hit it off, and we, you know, we're like, yo, let's just meet up in the studio, put some sounds together, try it out. And we got in the studio, I started putting some drums together, and I had another homie pull up with some live flute and sax. His name was Ian, and we just started cooking, and we came up with this in like one night. It was pretty awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then, do you ever play? Do you ever play through?
Yeah. Wanna press play?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, would it be nice? Yeah, I'm keeping my cool. Yeah, I'm keeping my focus. What are the things I said to me to keep me hopeless? Just keep on healing, just get through. Find the truth. All you needed was you. When the world is strange, they can feel your pain. You don't need a reason to feel the way that you do. Just breathe. Just breathe. No, you're not the only one to feel the way you do. Still nobody holds a
Great
candle
voice. Oh,
to how
yeah.
your heart beats. Well, let's break it. Just keep on healing. Just get through. Find the truth. All you needed was you. When the world is strange, they can feel your pain. You don't need a reason to feel the way that you do. Just breathe. Just breathe.
Wow, dude, that was amazing, man.
Hey.
The vocal just sounds so crisp. Like the So I just want to touch on. So actually, sorry, I want to go down. So if you go to the vocal, the lead vocal, right? It's like, so you recorded it bit by bit. How what was the process of you recording the vocals? Because like obviously I see it now, and obviously younger generation will see that. You know, it's not just one track.
Yeah.
Like comping and stuff like that. So I want to touch on what you did in this track specifically.
So a lot of credit to Kes. Kes, again, great voice. Crazy. He's from Compton. I'm from Long Beach.
Wow.
We just met each other like last year. It was wild.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
and we're like, you know, from the same area.
Wow.
So he kind of self-comps when as he writes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he writes freestyles off the top of his head. He's talented, bro.
Wait, hold on.
This is not written down. He just went to the booth and did this. Yes.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Evolution of recording.
Right?
Like, wow,
and
man.
so you know, as he's recording, we were recording off and on for a minute, so I kind of have a feel for his vibe, so I can tell when he's filming a take, not filming a take, and so we'll go back and forth until we both feel that he has the best, best take, and then just keep going. Yeah, it'll be chopped up a little bit, but you know, it comes down to good editing skills and also just having a great signal, because you know, keeping the tone there and making sure it all translates properly is great.
Wow, that's amazing. Man.
Yeah,
that's amazing to see. So yeah, I mean, we want to definitely touch through the session and maybe just touch on like kind of what you've done in the sense of like your template or how you bust things. I think is very important, because obviously people, routing gets like, I think the people get into music get a bit confused by like buses and sends and all this stuff, and you know, I feel like Pro Tools with the folder tracks now, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so simple. It's newer.
Keep things organized. Great.
Just grab it, chuck it in the folder, man. Worry about the other stuff after.
So like for the instruments, when we're recording, this is live sax on my flute.
Wow.
So I had it, instead of me having just a bunch of tracks and then I need to color code these, forgive me. I just put them into a folder. That way I can just collapse them. I can still see everything. Same with the drums. Put them in the folder. I can still see everything. And then, you know, if I wanted to say just solo just the drums, instead of me going here and, you know, shift option, selecting them all and just solo the drums, and then I just have the drums. Oop, let me make sure I have solo safe on. Command click for solo safe, and then, you know, then I have just drums.
Wow.
And then I don't have to go in, and I can still edit and do everything here. And I can still put a bus. Normally I'll do something like, one of my favorite go-tos is Tape by Softtube.
Wow.
I just love what it does with drums. Do a little mixed touch right here, if it'll load. Come on, MacBook. There
Oh wow, yes, nice.
Right, so I just love what it does. Push it a little bit. Have the high boost, move back. And then just give a little extra warmth to it. Sets it on top of the mix a little bit more. But, yeah, things like that.
What would you do to kind of like, you know, like gel so on let's say your bus or your folder track even, like how would you gel stuff together? Would you put any plugins on to gel stuff together, or would you just leave it kind of? Is that a thing?
Usually, yeah, it's a thing. Usually, I kind of let it. I'll sit with the track for a minute, kind of see how it feels with just nothing on it, because for me, I really listen to how the frequencies kind of react to each other. A little nerd stuff.
Like it.
But I do have I have like this submaster right here where I use the LDR Lindell 354E. I probably said that wrong. Forgive me. Lindell 345E, and then the this guy, the AMAC. Just to kind of, and this is kind of like my gel, my glue. This is like the gel glue I kind of put on top, just kind of tie everything together. And usually it works on most. I do minor adjustments, but it usually holds it all together.
And that's on your.
That's on my essentially my master bus.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
And then what about yours?
And then I have all pretty much everything going, kind of broken down to three main stems. I have a music stem, all vocals and all effects. And then that goes to the master or submaster.
Right.
And then interesting was I kind of keep my submaster at -2. It kind of gives me headroom that I can kind of forget about if someone's like, oh hey, but boost up so I can boost it up to 0 and not really be up for gain staging.
That's a smart thing, dude.
Yeah.
Like -2 as well. Yeah, that's smart.
And then I have all my vocal buses going to the Vol Vocals bus, and then all these effects go into the All Effects bus, and then a little compression, Baby Audio, shout out to Baby Audio, great stuff, great plugins, and then I put a purple on here just in case, like I need to push the vocal a little more, but I like how the mix is going. If I wanted to hit a little harder, I push the input, and then if I just need volume, I just push the output, type of thing. Yeah.
Right, amazing, man. Well, look. Thank you so much, bro.
Oh, no worries.
But before we go, I want to get something from you.
Sure.
So I know I spoke already about new creators and people getting into music production and mixing and recording. What is your advice of kind of like, learning, like you said, you learned Pro Tools and it was like your thing back then, but what advice would you give to someone young now? Because obviously technology's changed, right? Compared to like when I was like growing up, like I had the M-Box with 3 knobs on there, like
Right.
basically did the job. But I mean now, there's so much more stuff.
So much more.
Pro Tools is packed with stuff, new plugins, new
Even the way Pro Tools operates now,
it's different,
it's
right?
really
Yeah, it's so different.
Wow.
So what advice would you give like to kind of aspiring generation of creators out there?
Use Pro Tools.
I didn't tell you.
No, find the DAW that you can get your feet wet in more, like to be honest, creating music, it's all in how it feels. It has to be comfortable. At the end of the day, once it comes out, to be honest, no one's gonna know what DAW you used or didn't use. Let's just be honest there. So find what works for you, and then just keep learning your tool. I would say that's the best thing, in my opinion, is learn your tool. Because even if, say, you're using one DAW and it's not available or it's not working, you need to go to another DAW.
Yeah.
If you know the general of how the tool works, you can transfer over with not too much headache.
Yeah. No, I agree. Well, Mike, no, thank you, dude.
No worries, man.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for sharing this session. Great.
By the way, this is my studio assistant, Vegeta.
Shout out,
Heck yeah.
Vegeta.
Shout out Vegeta.
But yeah, we're like kind of actually, you know what? One more question.
Mhm.
What's next?
Just continue creating, continue inspiring others to continue to create themselves. I'm gonna be working on I'm gonna be releasing music soon. This song will be released probably in the next month, so again, look for that. And yeah, just keep building catalog.
Yep.
And having fun.